4576 for totally testing, and just a quick channel update before we get into all the festivities. I'm gonna try to stream every Thursday, probably 8:30 kind of range, and at least for the rest of the season it's gonna be NHL 16, and then once hockey season's over we'll figure out what to do then. So that's a good heads up, and if you're into Call of Duty content, my Match of the Night videos will still keep coming whenever, I guess. It depends on how much content I have, and you'll probably at least see something every Monday at the bare minimum, since it's a good separation between the stream and content or whatever. So on with the show, and today I'm going to continue my Be a GM mode. This time I'm going to play with the Albany Devils. They're also NHL Devils that I have in Be a GM. Let's see where we have. I simmed it a couple of times, so it looks like New Jersey's up 3-0 against Detroit, and they're gonna shut them down, possibly in the next game. But we're gonna start here at Game 1 with the Albany Devils and the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. And this is probably gonna be a little bit more difficult. I've tried to play a couple of AHL games, and they're not good. Like it's just messed up. So we'll go do that. I got a couple of games on too, so I can update you guys on what's going on in the league. Actually, let's do that now while things are loading and stuff. So right now, Toronto's up against the Rangers, and that's almost at the end of one. And Toronto's really putting it to the Rangers. Like, the Rangers better wake up or they're gonna lose it. And it looks like Ryan McDonough got hit in the head again, so that's not good. Let's check the Islander game. The Islanders are playing Washington, and Washington's up 2-1. The Islanders were up by 1 at the end of 1. So that's good if you're a Devils fan. And there's one more game we can check, and that's the Detroit and Pittsburgh game. And Pittsburgh's up 3-2, which is not great.
For the most part, Doc, and it's all about making in-game adjustments by the coaching staff, by the video coach. But you're right, there's not many surprises that go on now, as maybe there was 25 years ago where there wasn't a lot of video. So I think the National Hockey League and its coaches have their players and their teams very well prepared when it comes to the video part of it.
I don't like to disturb them when they're doing the opening. It's just they have some good insight. But checking the standings as of before any of these games started today, Florida is up in the Atlantic with 72 points. Boston is in second with 68, so they're 4 down. And then Detroit is right behind them at 67. They really need the points, so they should probably step it up a little bit. Over in the Metropolitan Division, Washington is just killing it right now. They're at 86 points. They're actually leading the race for the President's Cup, or President's Trophy, whatever the hell you want to call it. Chicago's right behind them, but they've played way more games than Washington, so they're probably going to win it easily. And then you have the Rangers in second place in the Metro with 70, and the Islanders are right behind them with 66, so they're only 4 down. So big games for both the Islanders and the Rangers right now. And as we head into the wild card, New Jersey has the first wild card spot right now at 65. But it's kind of misleading because they played 58 games, and that's pretty much all the most games anyone's played around them. Everyone's around like 55. I know the Rangers are at 57. Oh my God, Reese Scarlett. But second in the division is, or in the wild card is Pittsburgh, and they're at 64. So with a win and an Islanders loss, they can take that third spot from them tonight. And then you have Tampa Bay, who's tied with Pittsburgh with 64, but since Pittsburgh's played less games, they take that spot for the time being. And then you have Carolina at 62, you have Philly at 60, and then I didn't want to include Montreal because they're kind of far away, but just to put in a nice sticking point, Montreal's at 58 right now, and they're currently at NHL 500, which is not good considering how crazy good they were in the beginning of the season.
Gaining space, maybe time. Back in front. Albany's continuing on at center.
Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Terrific save there. Didn't look like he had anything to shoot at, and he made it tough.
Not a lot of room to score from in that.
But to put it into some kind of perspective, and this is all because Carey Price is still injured. I mean, they keep showing him skating with no equipment on, so he's still probably pretty far away from getting from being able to help them out. And even if he does come back before the season's over, like, it's gonna take him a couple of games to get back into game shape. Like, it does not look good for Montreal. Oh, Jesus. Come on, get it out. There you go.
Albany's got it and moving it through the neutral zone. Save. Continues in their own end. Back in his defensive end to get it. Pass cut.
Oh, man.
Forcing attention indeed. Right into the slot. That hits somebody. Marched narrowly inside. Great opportunity, but the pass didn't connect. Let's go, Arister. Wow, what a glove save.
Now that's a quick glove.
What? Come on.
Sound Tigers are moving the puck.
Come on, PL3. Gotta be better than that.
On through the corner. Picks it up in his own end. The Sound Tigers in their own end have control of the puck. Heads along the boards.
Oh, come on.
Lets it fly. Good pass off the board.
No.
Great save there. Good shot away.
You talk about cutting down the angle. Perfectly executed by the goaltender.
Rister. Save. Puck is picked up by O'Brien.
No one nearby.
He could start some.
The weird thing about NHL 16 is they put in players in Albany that are kind of not in Albany anymore. Like, there's Harry Passanen and Matthias Tenneby. I guess just filler spots. Anyway, getting back to Montreal, they started 17-4-2 with Carey Price, and it looked like Carey Price was going to kill it and take home more hardware this season. But since Carey Price got injured, which is November 25th, they've been 10-23-2. That's how they got to NHL 500 at 27-27-4 and sinking fast. Like, that is just absolutely insane. And I guess in a weird way, it kind of shows how good Carey Price is.
In the slot, he's got it.
Oh, and I know, like, at least the first couple of years, it's kind of, god damn it, it's kind of skewed because, you know, it's Montreal and Patrick Waugh and, you know, all those great goaltenders. It's kind of hard to live up to, but, I mean, just seeing this stat with Carey Price, with Carey Price and without Carey Price, like, it kind of shows at least Carey Price is somewhat good. But, I mean, in a way, I'm kind of sort of glad that Carey Price is injured. It means he can't get the Vezina again, and someone else will at least get it.
Just over 4 minutes remaining.
Hopefully Corey Schneider, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
A good tie-up on the face-off. That led to his team getting the puck. A shot. Got in the way of that one. Back in his defensive end to get it. Bridgeport setting things up at center. Keeps it going behind the goal.
Yeah, look at that defense.
Moves up the side with it now. Shoots. Sticked away. Scrum over. Puck kicked by Johnson. As that point pass as well. Got that blocking glove on it. A shot. Oh,
Not even close.
This is great team offensive play.
Back at the blue line. That shot's blocked. Up the half wall.
Oh, what a save by Gibson! That's highway robbery! Oh my god!
Well, the shooter's pretty disappointed, guys. He delivered that puck.
Oh, he placed the rebound right to my dude, and big save. Alright. Still plenty of time.
The Sound Tigers with a clean win on the draw. Pitching it to Colbert. Carries it up the wing. Nice stand-up poke check there. Point blast. Not a long pass, but effective. He's got it. He's through.
Nothing. Alright, that's still good. 1-1. It's not bad. So just like regular intermissions and stuff, let's take a look at the scores really quick. Right now, it's still Washington and the Islanders 2-1. They're halfway in the second, and it looks like one of the refs got donked in the head.
And that will mean an awful lot to them when they
the Rangers are still in intermission.
We'll return after these words.
And it's still 3-2 Pittsburgh. And they're in the halfway point in the second period. So, big game still going on. Alright, so since we gave some love to the Eastern Conference, let's give some love to the Western Conference now. So, in the Central, it's kind of a little bit defined. You have Chicago at 81 points, but they've also played the most games in the league with 61. So, it kind of sucks for them, but I mean, it's also Chicago, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. You have Dallas chasing them. They're about 1 point behind with games in hand.
And picked up now in the defensive zone by Whitney.
And St. Louis is in third with 75, so they're a little bit far behind. It used to be way tighter in the Central Division, but as of today, after those three teams, there is a huge drop-off. I think the next team, the next Central Division team behind St. Louis is about 9 points behind them, so it's not even worth mentioning. Oh god.
Nice pass right up the gut.
But at least for the time being, it's going to be those three. And St. Louis will try to make things a little bit more difficult in the next coming games. Oh, that is some great defense right there, reading the pass. That was a really bad pass though, and that's a really bad offsides. Over to the Pacific Division, Los Angeles, who has pretty much taken the division for the most part, they have 69 points right now. They've been struggling a little bit since the new year. At the start of the season till probably the end of December, they were 24-11-2, so they were pretty much dominating, especially in the weak Pacific Division. They were just killing it. Anaheim started out really bad, and they were not challenging at all. San Jose has been pretty much consistent, but not. It doesn't mean they're good. They're still not that great. And it was Arizona that was pretty much challenging them for one of the Pacific Division spots. But now LA is 9-10-1, I believe. Yeah, 9-10-1 since the new year started. So they've been kind of in a slump. They lost Jonathan Quick for a couple of games, but they did get him back recently. So things should turn around for them. I caught at least a little bit of the Tri-City games they played with the Rangers, the Devils, and the Islanders. The Rangers game, they fought really hard to get that game back and get a win. With the Islanders game, they pretty much got smoked. And in the Devils game, Corey Schneider literally, or no, it was Keith Kincaid. Sorry, Keith Kincaid pretty much smoked them. Which, if you were a Kings fan, that's not good. So, LA's got things to figure out. Anaheim's in second place right now with 66. They're catching up right now. They're only 3 back from them. And Anaheim's been on a tear They're like 13-4 or something like that. So it looks like they've gotten their groove back. Perry and Getzlaf have been scoring. The trades that they made for like Garbutt have been working out pretty well, so that's good on them. They brought John Gibson back, who's been getting them wins. Frederick Anderson's been pretty good too, so they've pretty much gotten back to that tandem, and it's pretty much worked out for them for now.
Walking a thin line near the border there. Shook through.
Yeah.
Able to get that one in close quarters from his goaltender. Almost taken away. The Devils controlling play.
Oh, Brian O'Neill's got this.
Right in front.
Oh.
Big pad save. Headed right under the shadow of the scoreboard. Broke it right up. Oh, and here's a 3-on-2. Wonderful job.
Oh, nice intercept.
Brilliant play. Let's go, Arister.
Oh, what a goal! That was a really crappy goal on Gibson, but goddamn.
It's not how hard you shoot it, but it's the release that counts, and he snaps it home.
Gibson so dejected, Eddie. He stopped most of this puck, but it still found a way to trickle over the line.
Albany scored the goal that's broken the tie. Nice for them to get the feel of the puck. They haven't had it a lot. Bridgeport's got it off the draw at center. Shoots one.
Oh, it is Paul Thompson. That's cool. Oh, Jan Denis, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hold that shit.
What magic to even get the shot away.
So third place is San Jose. They have a game in hand on both LA and Anaheim. They're only one behind Anaheim, and like I said, they've been pretty much staying the course. But they never started out good. Martin Jones has been okay. He's starting to get a little bit better, but not the greatest in the world. Like, he's no Antti Niemi, really. And Alex Stalock apparently has not been really good. There have been rumors that San Jose is looking for a backup goalie to replace Stalock. So we'll see what happens in the trade deadline if that materializes into anything. Because, like, pretty much San Jose is kind of more or less ready. I mean, you say that every year, and San Jose finds ways to disappoint you, so that's why it sucks to be a Sharks fan. But I think their offense and their defense are pretty solid. They can use one or two more pieces, but right now their biggest weakness is goaltending. Martin Jones is okay, but he's not going to be a great goaltender until like maybe another season or two. Because, I mean, this is pretty much the first season he's a starter, so there's a lot of pressure, and he might not be used to playing so many games. So it's going to be kind of rough. But I guess the Sharks are hoping Stalock can pick up the slack, and it's just not panning out. Oh my god. That was like the cleanest one-timer I ever had in NHL 16.
Tigers with possession in center ice, and he dumps it in. Picks it up in his own end. Looking to O'Brien.
Oh, nice quick pass.
The Devils through the neutral zone.
Come on, Matthias Tenneby, beast. Damn it. Wide.
Find the net with the shot.
He was trying to be a little bit too fine.
Man, I was so sad Matthias Tenneby flopped as a NHL player. Like, it was just infuriating to see him, like, in Albany and have him, like, have semi-success, but then when he would be in New Jersey, he would just stink. Like, I mean, maybe he was just too small and he was easily, like, pushed off the puck or whatever, but it was just sad. I wonder what he's doing in the Swedish league, because I'm pretty sure that's where he's playing the SHL.
But the goaltender's in good shape. He makes the stop, and he's able to deny the shooter on what he thought was an excellent chance.
The Devils prevailing on the faceoff. Fires.
Oh.
Terrific save on a great chance.
Come on. No.
You're all alone in front of the goaltender from this.
Oh.
A cover, and play is stopped.
As we check the wild card in the West, Colorado is on top with 64 points, but again, they played a ton of games. They're at 60 right now. Nashville is in the second spot with 62 and 3 games in hand on Colorado. And then you have Minnesota, who's at 60, who recently fired their coach, Mike Yeo. And their replacement coach has gotten his first win, so at least that's a good start for them. I think they lost like 13, like not 13 in a row, but they were like 3-13 or 4-13 or something like that, and went on a crazy tailspin. And hopefully this coaching shakeup will right the ship for them, but we'll see.
Looks ahead to start something.
And then under Minnesota, you have Arizona at 58, and then you have Vancouver at 56, who's fading fast. So less guys in contention, I would say, in the West for the wild card, but still pretty competitive at least.
Thompson's goal has made the difference so far, but is it the winner? Intermission time is
so
here.
2-1 Albany heading to the second. Let's check the scores in the Real People League. Washington's still up 2-1. They got 5 minutes left in their game. Still first intermission for the Rangers. They're losing 1-0 to Toronto. And it looks like they're reviewing a goal in Pittsburgh. Fleury got pushed all the way in, and they're trying to see if the puck completely crossed the line, which is going to be hard if you don't have a net cam. I would imagine this overhead's not going to do anything. I don't think. Let's see what happens. It looks like they're going to have a decision. No goal. Probably inconclusive. Because, like, the thing is, with the, like, the wide angle shots and stuff that are, like, looking at the net, like, it's kind of deceiving because you're not right under it, and then when you go into the overhead, you can't see where the puck is, so it's kind of rough unless you have, like, one of those post cams that they've been, demoing out for X amount of games or whatever. So, I think it looks like Pittsburgh just dodged a huge bullet. It's probably still 3-2. I'm showing a slow motion of it now. Big save by Fleury on the first shot. And then it looked like Albuquerque interfered with Fleury anyway, so, I mean, if it did count, I'm sure they would have coached his challenge and it would have gotten overturned anyway, because that's how the NHL is now. Alright, so let's finish this one off. So in other NHL news, I'm sure you guys know Chris Weidman went for his appeal to Gary Bettman for the 20-game suspension, and Gary Bettman said, no, you're still getting 20 games. Pretty much, if you don't know the story, Chris Weidman of the Calgary Flames, he, oh god, again? He pretty much checked a referee from behind, which was really weird, and the NHLPA was claiming that Weidman was concussed on whatever previous play there was, so he couldn't figure out what was going on. But the NHL doesn't believe him, and then when they did the further investigation, they took Chris Weidman's text, and I guess something along the lines of him texting to somebody, I gotta go to a stupid meeting because of a stupid ref or something like that. And pretty much that was the nail in the coffin for his appeal. And I guess he should have called Tom Brady and asked him tips on getting rid of a cell phone. Although it's the winter time, so I don't know how you get rid of a cell phone in the winter time. I guess throw it really hard or something. And also in turn, you know what? I give shit to Gary Bettman a lot, but he actually did his due diligence this time. Way better than Roger Goodell did, so good ups on him. At any rate, they are going to go to an independent arbitrator to see what happens. So that's Weidman's last-ditch effort to lower the suspension. And independent arbitrator pretty much is just going to look at it in subjective eyes and or objective eyes, whatever. and say whether it's good or not good, or should it be lowered or not. But in my opinion, you know what? He hit, like, regardless of whether or not he was concussed or not, it doesn't fucking matter. You fucking you hit someone from behind and you hurt him. Like, it just makes it worse because he is not technically part of the game. You're not supposed to hit him. So, you know, you made your bed, now you gotta sleep in it for 20 games and just fucking deal with it. Like, you know what, he'll still be back for the end of the season. It's not like Calgary's gonna make the playoffs. I mean, it's gonna take a monumental effort for them to make it to the playoffs this year. So, who the fuck cares, basically? I mean, I know Wyman loses money. That's probably the main concern. It's just he's losing paychecks right now. But you know what? You gotta pay for it. You can't fucking do that to a ref, no matter how fucking shitty they are or how much you think they suck or whatever. Can't fucking do that shit.
An outstanding deflection, but an even better save.
Oh god, nice block.
The Devils with possession in center ice. Shoots off his glove.
Alright, so taking a look at the Vezina Trophy race, there have been 3 names that have been pretty much been thrown into the ring since this season's getting closer and closer. Obviously, one of them is Braden Holtby of Washington. I mean, Washington's doing great things, and of course part of it is because of Braden Holtby. He's got 35 wins. He started 45 games. Oh, my nose is itchy. The only hit on him is that he does have great win numbers, and he might actually beat Marty Brodeur's single season record, which is pretty impressive. Anytime you beat Marty Brodeur's records in any kind of fashion, it's pretty impressive. But his goals against average is 2.16, which is the highest of the other 2 that I picked. And actually a bunch of other goalies have lower goals against average than him. One of them John Gibson, one of them Thomas Greiss, and one of them Brian Elliott, to name a few. His save percentage is 926, which is pretty decent though. So the only hit on him is goals against average, I would imagine. My second pick is Corey Schneider, of course, in the New Jersey Devils. He's played the most games out of the 3, surprisingly. He's at 48. Actually, not surprisingly.
The Devils prevail again.
His record is not great, though. It's at 25-17, but of course, if you've been living on the rock, New Jersey's not really that good. So that record isn't going to be good.
With a shot. Picked up in the attacking zone.
Oh god, what happened there, Pelly?
Kicked out of the scrum. Little pass that can start some progress ahead. Back in his defensive end to get it.
Ah, jeez. Come on.
In stride, he picks up a perfect pass through center. Great glove grab. He covers. And
my third pick, or I didn't finish this line question there. How about that? I got a shot sheet, so I'm trying to figure that stuff out too. Try and get better at streaming and dishing out information stuff. But his goals against average is 204. It used to be 198, but since that thrashing the Flyers gave him, his goals against average ballooned up to 204, which is still pretty good. His save percentage is at 928, which is
shooting position. Oh, deflected away.
So if you take that into consideration, and the fact that he plays on a terrible New Jersey team, and if Corey Schneider at all got injured, even for like 1 game, like New Jersey would be in dire straits. They would not be in any kind of contention to be in the playoffs right now. So if you take that into consideration, you would totally give Corey Schneider at least a small consideration to be a Vezina Trophy winner, because it's all on him. There's no There's no doubt about it, in at least my mind, and I'm sure a lot of people's minds. Oh, Sisla's got it because he's got speed. Oh, shot it right in the crest. That's not good.
A huge save late in the game. Got on by with that.
Ooh, what a block.
Picks it up in his own end.
All right, my third pick is Peter Mrazek of the Detroit Red Wings. He started the least out of the three, but it's only by 5 games from Holtby. At least he's at 39. His record's also not as good as Corey Schneider's, or not as good as Holtby's. It's 22-10. Not the best in the world, but decent.
Brilliant move on that pass.
But
Cranks a shot.
his goals against average is at 202, which is the best out of the three. And his save percentage is also at 930, which is the best out of the three.
The Devils are moving the
So if you take just the goalie type stats into consideration, then you know you can give it to
What a marvelous collision. Unless you're in
Mrazek. But a lot of analysts are saying if Detroit or New Jersey, oh god damn it, of course they would miss it. Oh, again.
opportunity, but he missed the net.
Jeez. But if Detroit or New Jersey make it to the playoffs, then those two goaltenders are gonna get huge considerations because, again, they don't play on a Washington team that's stacked. If either of those teams don't really make it to the playoffs, then Washington Holtby's gonna get it, no doubt, hands down.
Near the blue line to LeBlanc. Pass cut. Let's go, Arister.
Which, to a certain extent, makes sense, but it would be nice if they like considered more things than just that.
The goalie has left. A skater is on. An extra one to try to get a key goal near the end. They won it. Now what can
Oh.
they do? They score.
It's a good thing I scored 3 goals. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Unless something insanely stupid happens, which is possible, this is gonna be okay.
The goalie was surprised at how quick that snapshot got on him.
Denny's quick reactions, Edzo, aren't enough. That's a beautiful shot up over his shoulders into the top of the net.
You can only block so many shots, man. I've been a shot blocking machine all night, and there are only so many shots you can block. But that's okay.
Albany's got that one now.
I'll just...
The Devils starting.
Oh no! 3, 2... Oh god, good thing that one sucked. Oh god, I almost blew that one. Every single time, at least the last 3 streams, almost fucking blew it. But it's a good thing I scored 3 goals. So, in this, Albany takes a 1-0 lead against Bridgeport. And they just keep winning. If your name is the Devils, they just keep winning. Alright, so, quickly, I'm gonna touch up on the NWHL, because I know I totally didn't get to them. This game went insanely fast. I didn't think it'd be that fast, but so with the NWHL, basically it's the women's hockey league. They've all played 16 games. They all have 2 games left before the playoffs. There's only 4 teams in the league, so all of them are gonna make it. It's just all depending on seeding at this point. And right now, Boston's ahead. With 25 points, they're 12-3-1. Connecticut is right behind them, or I should call them the actual team names. The Boston Pride, and then the Connecticut Whale. They're at 12-4 with no overtime losses, surprisingly, and they're only 1 behind at 24. And now that's pretty much the dividing part. Those 2 teams are gonna vie for the #1 spot. They play each other this Sunday. And if Boston wins, they pretty much have first place sealed up with 1 game to go. If Connecticut wins, then it's going to all come down to the last game. So now 3 and 4, the third place team is the Buffalo Buttes. They're at 4-8-4 with 12 points. And fourth place is my favorite team, the New York Riveters. They're at 4-10-2 with 10 points. And so those 2 teams are going to be fighting for the third place spot. And if New York wins against Buffalo on Sunday, they will take the third place spot in the technical sense because they'll have more wins. And then it'll all come down to the last game. But if Buffalo gets 2 points in any sort of way, they got third place, and then pretty much the seeding's all set for the most part. Boston and Buffalo win. The Riveters' last game against Buffalo was crazy insane. First of all, the rink has like the sunroof going on, so there's a huge glare, and it pretty much any goals were scored were on the side that had the glare, so it is kind of fucking rough. Nana Fujimoto stood on her head, as she always has for the only 4 wins that the Riveters have. She made 38 saves on 41 attempts. She was amazing in the shootout. So to put into perspective how, I wouldn't say bad the Riveters offense is, but how not so great the Riveters offense is. Their power play is at 12%, which is dead last in the league. Even though it's 4 teams, you still don't want to be last. Their penalty killing though is at 83%, which is second, so that's not too bad. Their goal differential is probably Columbus Blue Jacket bad when they were 0-13. Their goal differential is at -30, which is really bad. And to put into even more perspective, their goal leader is Bray Kitchum, who has 8 goals and 3 assists for 11 points. Their points leader is Brooke Amerman, who has 4 goals, 8 assists for 12 points. And the league leader in points, I want to say, is Hillary Knight at 28. So just to put that into perspective, the highest count of the Riveters in points total is 12, and Hillary Knight has 28. So it's gonna be a little rough in the playoffs, but I mean, they've won a couple of games. They've won games against Connecticut and Boston, which are 2 tough teams. So we'll see what happens. And if you're wondering about how good Nana Fujimoto is, well, take these stats with a grain of salt, because you know that the offense, she has no real offensive support. The defense is shaky sometimes. I've seen like from 1 or 2 games. She's 4-7 with a goals against average of 3.21 and a save percentage of 914. But hashtag star thing. She's the only goaltender of the Rivers that has gotten them wins. Jenny Scrivens and I can't remember the goaltender that they traded for that used to be in the Connecticut Whale. 0 wins. Just put that into perspective. So the next games are going to be New York going to Buffalo to face the Buttes, and then Boston going to face Connecticut, and then I believe New York will play Boston in the last game, and Buffalo will play Connecticut in the last game a week after that Sunday, and then I believe a week after that is the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. Oh, also they restocked the NWHL website with jerseys, so you can buy yourself a Nana Fujimoto jersey. Totally do that. Alright, so let's check the game stats for this. The shots overwhelmingly in my favor. Passing was pretty good on Bridgeport, 72%, it's not bad. Face-offs pretty much even. Scored on the only power play. Your 3 stars are Scott Timmons, who isn't with the team anymore, with a goal and assist, and a bunch of other guys I don't really care about. And that's about it for the stream. Hopefully it's about 30 minutes. I usually keep it to that long. Thanks for listening, or watching and listening. Like I said before in the beginning, I'm gonna try at least to do these streams every Thursday, around 8:30. That way, you know, you can get a couple of games in real life, like real time stuff, and then you can watch this and talk about hockey and talk about other stuff. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.